ṣe ẹlẹ́ràáyè. ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ṣé wàá rí báyìí polówó kọ̀ọ̀tẹ́nu. ẹ kíyè sáwọn tẹ̀m̀bẹ̀lẹ̀kọ ẹ̀dá tí wọn kì í raṣeyọrí ẹlòmíì. ẹ jẹ́ gbàrúkù tí ẹnjìnìá Ṣèyí Mákindé kó kẹsẹ̀ járí lójúpọ̀nà àfojúsùn kó mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin tó gbé lọ́wọ́ yìí. ẹ̀yin ará bí ẹ fọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀.
ẹ ò gbọ́dọ̀ fàjà mi àgbẹ̀ máa dùn.
ìkéde ìwà láti lè ṣe ìròyìn àṣà àtìrìnàjò afẹ́ nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́.
You are listening to Alori Radio, Ibadan, Nigeria.
On the rose and the earth sings. The season's just beginning. Sunlight it hides as the clouds make way. For the pouring of my blessings, I will not be afraid. I see it now, I understand, I know. So I embrace it, dance. In the rain, it's for my seed to grow. Every prayer and every seed I've sown, the Lord of the harvest knows I'm reaping back 100-fold. The land is green, it's green, oh, oh. The land is green, it's green. Let you see, the harvest is ready, 'cause the Lord of the harvest told me so. It's green for me. It's green for me. Standing alone can be a heavy load, but my vows I won't be breaking. Though my heart is aching, I got a word and I won't let go. It's your will I'm seeking, so I keep on believing. I see it now, I understand, I know, so I embrace it, dance. Once again, it's time for me to grow. For every prayer and every tear I've sown, the Lord of the harvest knows I'm reaping joy 100-fold. The land is green, it's green, oh, oh. The land is green, it's green. Let you see.
Good morning this morning again. You're welcome to another episode of Ethics and Etiquette. My name is Feyishara Awodele, and I'll be taking you through teenage etiquette again today. Remember, we started this a while ago, and we said it's quite a wide topic, and I could take a few episodes before we can actually exhaust it. You don't even actually exhaust ethics and etiquette because new things unfold on a daily basis. New issues unfold and new things unfold because you have to find ways to go around or manage these new issues that unfold. Like I said, we've been treating the topic of teenage etiquette. This is quite wide. You know, our children, they believe they know it all, and so they don't want to listen. They want to teach you rather than learn from you, but we have to teach them as much as we can. It's actually a difficult age duration for them, and also for the parents too, because that is when they believe they know it all. Like I said, they want to do their own things the way they want to do it. They believe they are now adults and they can do what they wish, they can do what they want, until maybe when they need something from you, and then they come tail in between their legs to say, oh daddy, oh mommy. But we cannot relent. We have to continue, and may the Lord help us. The children that are taught today, the ones that are not taught, will disturb the ones that are taught. Like a sage said at a time, that when you neglect the children of the poor and you leave them to themselves, you think you have nothing to do with them. Those of your own that you have taught and you have trained, those ones that were neglected will make life unbearable for the ones that are trained. So everybody needs to be trained. Everybody needs to be educated. Everybody needs to be taught good manners. Please go ahead with me as we start this morning, but enjoy this music in the meantime.
The harvest is ready. Girl, it's only you I wanna see in the morning. Yeah. You know it's only you where I go buy that diamond for. Girl, it's only you I wanna call when it's boring. Yeah. You know it's only you where I go save my love.
You're welcome this morning again. We're transmitting live from the GSM studio at the Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism at the Secretariat at Agodi, Ibadan. The YouTube handle is Alore Radio, at Alore Radio, and the Facebook handle is also at Alore Radio, and the website is www.aloreradio.com. The studio number is 0903 985 3731. 0903 985 3731. If you have any inquiries or questions or contributions, you can send to the WhatsApp number 002 323 1472. WhatsApp number 002 323 1472. Now, when we started, we said before we go into manners, ethics and etiquette is actually majorly about manners. We say this every time. Good manners, respect for each other. Before we go into this, we started by looking at discipline for the teenage age, for the teenagers, discipline for them, because this is where it starts actually. At one point or the other, they rebel against one thing or the other. No matter how well behaved or gentle a child is, at a particular point or another, rebellion surfaces. And so we started with discipline for the teenage. We said typical teen behavior. We have treated the topic typical teen behaviors, common teen challenges, discipline strategies that work, preventing future problems, and then communication tips. This morning we have treated all this topic I said, but I'm going to go back onto the common teen challenges. See, the many sometimes tumultuous changes of adolescence are a normal part of growing up, like I said. It can be tricky to strike a balance that gives your child enough freedom while still offering them plenty of guidance. All they want is the freedom. They don't want your guidance anymore. But there are ways of going about it. There are times you put your feet down on particular things, and there are times you say, okay, let's negotiate on this. And there are times you say, okay, what are your thoughts? Let me understand you. There are different avenues of sorting different issues out. The goal is to develop their autonomy. It's important to keep an eye out for mental health issues such as stress or negative body image, unhealthy relationships like bullying or partner abuse, sleep issues, and drug use. These are not negotiable. One has to key into this one and know exactly what is going on and know exactly how to handle it. Teens are self-conscious. Yes, highly self-conscious, because at times it is the time that their bodies begin to develop, and this unfolding takes them at times by surprise. When a teenager finds here in the armpit and the private parts, it's like okay, so I cannot work out anyhow, I cannot do this. But some children already even know it. Private is private, they know it. But even when private is private and they know it, when they begin to see these things, the consciousness of it begins to get into their heads. And so you see, many things want more freedom than they can handle. When this consciousness begins to get into their hands, they want freedom. They just want freedom. What do you have that they don't have? You have brain, they have brain. You have developed in this so and so places, and they have also developed in these places. So they want freedom. They want to break curfew timing. They want to wear what they want. They want to say what they want to say. They want to keep the friends they want to keep. They may complain that you are too controlling or you don't get them. That language, I hear it every time. You don't get. What don't I get? Explain it to me. What don't I get? You just don't get. So they may experiment with different personals, interests, and ways of dressing to express themselves in new ways, some of which parents may not relate to or like. But there are ways of disciplining children, which is the focus for today. You see, just because your teen has outgrown time out doesn't mean you can't instill effective consequences. In fact, consequences rather than punishments are an effective way to influence your child's behavior and teach skills that may be lagging. Note too that many teens might actually be happy if they got sent to their rooms. As one solution that allows kids to calm down while they get some space and perspective, it is important to find common sense, related consequences that will teach life lessons. Here are some of the most effective discipline strategies that you can use for things. For example, there are some children that you say go to your room, you are grounded. It is a good time for them to get on the laptop, get on the phone or their tablet or games. And so they're not even feeling anything. But there are some children that when you say no phones for 1 week, oh my God, it's like the world is coming to an end. You are not allowed any gadgets. You are not allowed to use any gadgets for the next 1 week. Hey, you will see tears, you will see the face, you will see a lot of remorsefulness. So we should know what gets at them. Let's try open dialogue at times. The bedrock of effective discipline is having open communication, trust and respect between the parents and the child. See, do not say he's my child, so he's just a child. Respect is reciprocal. You have to respect even a child. If you do not respect that child is learning disrespect from you, number one, and then it is going to be difficult for that child to respect you as a person. So if you have frequent non-judgmental conversations with your child where you listen to what they have to say, they will feel heard and may be more likely to talk to you when challenges such as handling peer pressure or drug and alcohol use comes into play. If you sit with them and discuss with them as you make them feel like an adult, one-on-one discussion, they're going to have a lot of confidence in you. So they can come to you to talk to you about anything. But if you judge them, before they say one, you are judging, they will not talk to you. They will rather handle things themselves. So it is important not to be judgmental. Listen to them, reason together. Proactive conversations about these topics are helpful for preparing your teen for when they encounter these things in their increasingly independent lives. There is no way they will not encounter it. You cannot keep them at home. They go out with friends. They go to school, even if they don't go out with friends. But I don't even see how they don't go out with friends. They mix with different kinds of people. They go to school. Children from different types of backgrounds come to the school where your child attends. So there is no way they will not meet with different people. So if you already have a positive communication channel open with your teen, they will be more likely to respond cooperatively to your disciplinary measure. See, when you want to discipline a child, let that child know why you are disciplining him. This is what you have done. This is a consequence. I have warned you about this before. Please do not go ahead to discipline a child without a first, second, or third warning. Some people say after the first warning. I say after the first, second, and third warning. The first warning, I'm just telling you, and I will explain. This is this, this is this, this is that. I take my time to explain. The second warning is like, but I explained to you. Didn't you understand me? I said this and I said this. This third warning is a stern look and like maybe a small bit of disciplinary measure. But after that, you go in all out for it. You go in all out for it. See, when a child does something good, I'm talking about praise and rewards now, please acknowledge it. It is not only when they have heard that you begin to make shakara and shout your voice off your whatever and talk and talk and talk when they have done something good. Even though things are increasing in their independence, acknowledgement of their accomplishments and efforts are important to continue to provide. Please continue to provide acknowledgement of their accomplishments and anything they have done good. Highlighting your team's achievements and successes, either with verbal praise or another reward or acknowledgement, is an important strategy for developing and maintaining positive behaviors. There is nobody in this life that you will say, "Oh, well done," and the person will not be happy. When anybody has done anything, please say well done. Don't say because you did that well today. Because that's the only thing you have done good today. That's the only good thing you have done today. That's the only thing you have done well this week. Please don't go that line. Don't toe that line. Don't do that. Don't go there. Because you will kill their morale. You will kill their morale. Please acknowledge it when even if just before that good deed he has done something wrong. this good deed, shout it out of the rooftop. Let him feel very good. Let him feel happy. He would be glad to do a similar thing or the same thing at another time. Consistent house rules. Just like for little kids, it is helpful for families to develop and maintain a set of house rules that are linked with an automatic consequence, such as loss of a privilege when they are broken. When they are broken, when they are really broken, when they have done, there are times they do something and they realize that, this one, I have done it. Even before you say anything, they know that this one, I am in for it. And this is the consequences. This is the consequence to this. This is what I did. This is the consequence. Rules and regulations. What are the consequences of breaking the rules? This should be clearly made known to them. So that even before they do, they know the consequences. Have clear rules, but make them simple and reasonable. Also, be sure to explain to your teen why they are important. Consider generating your family's house rules together with your teen. This doesn't mean your teen alone makes the rule, but you may be surprised to see that they can be quite reasonable about what they are seeking. See, when you sit together, you want to make rules, and you say, okay, if you do this, what should be the consequence? You are saying it to yourself, oh. You know what you're saying, oh. So when you do it, this is the consequence. And then when they now break the rules, what are the things we can do to say that, okay, you have broken the rules, such and such.
Girl, it's only you I wanna spend all my time with. You know it's only you I gotta spend my money for. Girl, it's only you I wanna call when it's touring. Make a superstar, but it's you I'm shining for. Sumami, oh. Sumami, oh. I love you tenderly, oh. Sumami, oh. Sumami, oh. Sumami, oh. I love you tenderly, oh. You should know that only you they do me da. When I'm there with you, no yawa. Only you they do me da. And you they love me da. Oh da. No yawa, baby, no yawa.
Me say no.
Meeting live from the GSM studio at the Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism at the Secretariat at Agodi Ibadan. The Facebook handle is at Alore Radio and the YouTube handle is also at Alore Radio. Website is www.aloreradio.com. The studio number is 0903 985 3731. 0903 985 3731. The WhatsApp number is 002 323 1472. 0802 323 1472. Once again, we're teaching we're treating the topic ethics and etiquette today, and we're looking at the teenagers behavior. We're looking at disciplines for teenagers. We're looking at ethics and etiquette for teenagers. Well, we started with disciplines, how to handle teenage behavior, disciplines when they err, consequences when they break the rules. Now we're talking about removing privileges. If your teen violates the rule, they may be showing you they can't handle the freedom you're giving them. Child differs from child. Children are different. the kind of freedom you give to one might be too much for another. So you have to know your child. You have to know your child. Tighten the rules by giving them an earlier coffee or by reducing the amount of time they spend using their electronics. From smartphone to laptops, screen time is important to most teenagers. Restricting your teen's phone privileges can be an effective consequence. It is always an effective consequence. Because it is to them, it is like the world is coming to an age. They cannot be on the phone. They cannot have access to their electronic gadgets. It is like the world is coming to an end. Especially when they're alone. Even when they are 2 or 3, they're quickly bored with each other. All they want to do is no television, no phone, no tablet, no. It is like hell for them. God forbid. So, if your teen's misbehavior involves friends, first discuss their actions and then make adjustments to their social privileges. A break from their buddies while discussing their behavior can help build a foundation for better choices in the future. When your teen is able to show you that they can be responsible, they can have the opportunity to earn their privileges back. You see, especially if it is not school time and they're home, they like to spend time with each other. Maybe boy A goes to boy B's house today and they interchange and they visit each other and they go out, or maybe the parents take them out. It's a good time together they spend. It's quality time for them. They like it a lot. But there are some things they do and you say there's no outing this holiday or this week or for the next fortnight. Maybe they already planned something and we say, I'm sorry, that planned thing is now cancelled. These things get at them. We have to. It's not just in our days they will say go and stool down there or kneel down there, put up your hand and close your eyes. It doesn't work for the children of today. There are things they really like, and when you take these privileges away from them, it gets to them. And so we need to know exactly what gets to our children. Know that your child may not always be happy with your decisions or want to face the consequences of breaking rules. Expecting to be liked by your child all of the time may make it hard to set and enforce limits. You better be careful. Whether you enforce consequences or not, these children have you and they love you. They like you and they love you. For a child to dislike the parents will take a lot. So it is not punishing them for what they have done wrong. Please note what I said. For what they have done wrong that will make them dislike you. No, it is not. When you punish them for what they have done wrong, they will respect you for it. And they will be able to set boundaries. They will know that daddy will not accept this, mommy will not take this. And they know it is wrong. And especially you are not punishing them without letting them know why they are being punished. You're not letting them face consequences without letting them realize the reasons why they are facing those consequences. So they know why they are being punished. Why would they dislike you for it? In fact, in the future, they will love you and respect you for it. Please go ahead with us as we enjoy this music.
Anybody will won't fight you, may they come, they already know. I'll be right beside you, like the wall of Jericho. They don't know, they don't know, they don't know what's going on. Monagiso, my baby boo. I'll be a soldier for you. I'm getting better in Kung Fu. You should know I got you, and you don't need to guide me too. I'll be right beside you in anything that you do. If you ever need saving, I will be running to you, running to you. I'll be running to you, running to you. Anywhere that you go to, running to you. I'll be running to you, running to you. Anywhere that you go to.
cause I know that I got you. Wanting more best everybody, oh oh. And it's because of your kung fu. And anytime that I'm out of control, you hold me down. You never, never let go. Yeah, my baby boo. See all the battles you'll be fighting, and I'll be right there with you. I may be small, but I'm mighty, and I go run up for you. And anybody where you happy, yeah, don't be you, pull it up, be alright. And if I ever need saving, I'll be running to you.
Running, running, running to you. I'll be running to you. Running, running, running to you. Anywhere that you go to, running, running, running to you. I'll be running to you. Running, running, running
Will you
to
wait
you.
for me? You go there for
Anywhere that you go to, you don't need to worry. Anything you want,
sun up to sundown, love me no go round down.
Hey, anytime you call me, baby, I go answer.
Any other brother, baby, you make them run
And
away.
if you want me coming to you, I go come to
Oh, you wanna see me, baby, don't choose me.
Tell me what you want, baby, say I'm not in my
You, baby.
If they wanna be the Judas, if they wanna be the Pharaoh, me I cannot lay low, yo. Me I cannot do that.
GSM Studio at the Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism at the Secretariat at Agodi, Ibadan. Our Facebook handle is at Alore Radio, and the YouTube handle is also at Alore Radio. The website is www.aloreradio.com. Studio number is 0903 985 3731. 0903 985 3731. The WhatsApp number is 002 323 1472. 002 323 1472. We're treating the topic of ethics and etiquette today, and we're looking at ethics for teenage children. First, we're looking at children erring and the consequences for it. There are natural consequences. Natural consequences can be the best teachers in certain situations, but it's important to make sure that the natural consequences will really teach your teen a life lesson. For example, if they refuse to wear a coat, they may end up being cold. If there is a cold weather and you say, wear your cardigan, and he says, no, because he wants to do big boy, he's the one that will get cold. When he gets back, just give him vitamin C, he'll be fine. But he's the one that is getting cold. If they refuse to study for a test, they are the ones that will fail. Although we force them to do this, go and get your books and study. Go and study. But each time when the child does not study well, you show the result. See the result of you not studying. I have a child that is, when exams are coming, he will bring his book. Mommy, please ask me questions. When you ask me questions, I do better, because then I know it. I say, okay, so you know. So if they refuse to study, they will face the consequences. They may not do well. Or if they don't take lunch to school, you don't like the lunch I have prepared, I'm not making another one for you. That is what I have. You either eat it or you leave it. And they leave it, they don't take it to school. Who is going hungry? He's the one that will go hungry. It's not me. When he gets back home, he will come and eat. There are times the food you refused, that you rejected, is what you will come back to. And so you know that next time what mommy makes for you is what you have. It's not easy to put these things together. So take it and appreciate it. So you're the one that will go hungry. In these types of circumstances, it can be instructive to back off and let your team face the consequences of their choices. They made the choices, face the consequences of your choices. It's hard to see your child be upset when you enforce a consequence or tell them they can't do something. But having clear and predictable limits actually creates an environment of safety and predictability. You see, when you say, I cook a particular food, it's not every time that will force you to do. Once in a while, if you say you don't want something, I might give you something else. Fine, no problem. But don't make it a habit. I cook this, you say you don't want. I cook that, you say you don't want. I mean, you don't have a right. It is my money, it is my food. I am the one giving you the food. I'm the one training you. You are my child. So when I give it to you, you take it. You don't tell me every time I don't want. In fact, there is no wahala, there is no trouble. You don't want, leave it. Anytime you are hungry, even if it is today, tomorrow, or next tomorrow, that food will not go bad. I'll keep it safe for you. I'll keep it fresh. I'll put it in the fridge. Anytime you are hungry, you are eating that food. That is what you are eating. So you face, there are natural consequences. You face it. If you like, don't be hungry in 2 days. I will take my eyes off you. Some parents cannot do this. They feel pity for them. They feel this. No, it is not right. There must be boundaries. There must be set lines. And I'm not saying every time force a child to eat something, but I am saying don't make it too often. You make something and the child said, I don't want swallow, I don't want this, and you agree. No, you're not teaching that child right, and you're not doing right by that child. That child might turn back and say, Mommy, you didn't do well. Then there are times in the situation when something goes bad at home, they mistakenly break something. A mistake is a mistake. It could have been an adult. Please let us realize that. I can hold a cup. I might be doing something and I mistakenly break a cup. I mistakenly break a plate. I mistakenly do something to a chair or a table. Let us realize when it is a mistake and treat it as such. It is a mistake. But when you have chided a child from doing something, maybe a child is jumping on a particular table or chair, and you have said no, you will injure yourself or you will break that, and in the process that happens, it is no longer a mistake. There should be consequences for such. It is no longer a mistake. So if they break something, make them pay for it or fix it. Maybe he has some money somewhere. Tell him this is what it will cost to do this. You will provide it. I will take it out of your money. My son doesn't like to hear that. He doesn't like to spend his money for anything. He doesn't like it. So when you break something that is not a mistake, you will pay for fixing it or replacing it. Or if it is like an adult who already knows how to drive, and you are reckless with the car, please, if they are irresponsible with the car, take away their driving privileges before they cause an havoc that cannot be reversed. Even an havoc to life. Take away their driving responsibilities. When they are calmer and they are more responsible, they can take these privileges. They can have these privileges again. You can also assign extra responsibilities. If your teenager's behavior hurts someone else, create a plan to make amends. This is also called restitution and restorative justice. Apologizing is the first step. They do something wrong, they should apologize. You say something bad to somebody, go there and tell the person you take it back and you apologize. You do something deliberately wrong to somebody, you go back and apologize. And you apologize sincerely. You don't just go and say, no. You give a sincere apology that the person knows that you are actually apologizing. That's the first step. Followed by doing something to make up for the wrong they did. For instance, fixing something they broke or doing an extra chore for someone may help repair the relationship and remind them to accept responsibility for their behavior. They should accept responsibility for their behavior, and they should learn not to be bullies. They're children who are growing after them. They are teenagers. They should learn not to be bullies. And so if they do anything untoward toward a younger child, they should correct it. They should be made to correct the behavior, because those children are also looking up to them, and they might think that that is the way it is done. No, you do not do things to train other children to do bad things. No, it is very wrong. We'll go on as we enjoy this music.
I just got here and I think I'm losing signal already.
To go over everything. They say the time's supposed to heal ya, but I ain't done much healing. Hello, can you hear me? I'm in California dreaming about who we used to be when we were younger and free. I've forgotten how it felt before the world fell at our feet. There's such a difference between us.
send a million miles. Hello from the other side. I must have called 1,000 times to tell you I'm sorry for everything that I've done. But when I call, you never seem to be home. Hello from the outside. At least I can say that I've tried to tell you I'm sorry for breaking your heart, but it don't matter. It clearly doesn't tear you apart anymore. Hello, how are you? It's so typical of me to talk about myself. I'm sorry. I hope that you're well. Did you ever make it out of that town where nothing ever happened? It's no secret that the both of us are running out of time. So hello from the other side. I must have called 1,000 times to tell you I'm sorry for everything that I've done. But when I call, you never seem to be home. Hello from the outside. At least I can say that I've tried to tell you I'm sorry for breaking your heart, but it don't matter. It clearly doesn't tear you apart I must have called 1,000 times to tell you I'm sorry for everything that I've done. But when I call, you never seem to be home. Hello from the outside. At least I can say that I've tried to tell you I'm sorry for breaking your heart, but it don't matter. It clearly doesn't tear you apart.
Hey, welcome back. We're transmitting live from the GSM studio at the Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism at the Secretariat at Agodi, Ibadan. Facebook handle is at Alore Radio, while the YouTube handle is also at Alore Radio. The website is www.aloreradio.com. The studio number is 0903 985 3731. 0903 985 3731, while the WhatsApp number is 002 323 1472. 002 323 1472. We're treating ethics and etiquette this morning, and we're looking at the topic teenage etiquette. Like I said earlier on, we started with disciplinary actions for the teenagers. Disciplinary actions for teenagers. Another very important thing to avoid with teenagers is avoid power struggles. Please avoid power struggles. You're the parent, he's the child. There is no power struggle anywhere. Do not get entangled in any power struggle with your child. When your teen says, "That's not fair," or "I'll do it later," resist the temptation to argue. There are times he will say, no, you will do it now, you just leave. And you just let him do it. No room for argument. You will do it now. Don't argue. Do not get into any argument with them. You are not both children. Like I say, I have somebody who says, up to a particular point, I am their parents. And then from a particular point, I am their friends. When you're still your parents, please just be their parents. Be their parents. Set a firm limit and follow through with a consequence. Make it clear that they don't have to like your decision, and it's fine to be upset. You are upset, fine, no problem. You don't have to like what I am asking you to do or what I am telling you. Just do it. You're upset, no wahala, no problem at all. The emotions are always welcome, but that doesn't change that they need to follow what you say. So aim to stay calm and empathetic while also staying true to your choice. Moreover, avoid getting sucked into a heated power struggle. It's not necessary at all. Your child will sometimes be frustrated or upset with you. That does not mean you are doing something wrong. No. So let them be frustrated. Let them be upset. Just ensure that what you say is what they do, as long as it is the right thing. It is very important. Parents, we're not now saying abuse them. We're not saying enforce things on them every time. No, you need to listen to them too. But when it is right, when you know that this is the right path for them to toe, ensure they toe that path. Whether your teen wants expensive sneakers or asks to have a later bedtime, make it clear that privileges must be earned. It's not that I want this and yes, you go and get it. I want this and you get it. It is not everything a child wants that he gets. Yes, a child should have everything he needs, but not everything he wants. He needs school books. He doesn't need red and brown shoes, blue shoes. He needs a pair of black shoes and a pair of brown shoes to juxtapose. It doesn't matter that if he finds anything anywhere, he has to have it. No, you must learn to say no to a child. So if he wants a particular privilege, he must earn it. If your teen's behavior doesn't warrant privileges, don't allow them to have them. Do your best to be reasonable and be willing to listen to your child's perspective. This is very important. Please listen to their own perspectives. Listen to their points of views. They might be making very good sense. And help them find a pathway toward any whatever freedom or goal they want to achieve. If your 16-year-old sits in his room and plays video games all day, he may not be misbehaving, but it is also antisocial. It is antisocial, and you never can say with antisocial children. Anything might be going on in that mind. Anything might be going on in that room. And when they step out, anything might be going on. If a child is too gentle, it can be dangerous. Please look into it. A child should talk. You should know what's going on in a child's mind. They might need some discipline to help them socialize and behave more responsibly. Ensure that your teen gets time away from screens and supports them in engaging with healthy sources of entertainment. Provide discipline that helps your child do better, not just punishment for wrongdoing. This is very key. Discipline that ensures that they do better, not just punishment for wrongdoing. Because if it is just punishment for wrongdoing, they forget the moment they are done. But if it is discipline that ensures that they do better, that makes a better outcome, that makes them have a better outcome, then that is the exact thing we aim to achieve. Not just punishment for wrongdoing. You can also brainstorm solutions. If your teen has broken a rule or been disrespectful, consider brainstorming possible solutions with them. Ask them what happened, what they think about their behavior, and how they might make up for it. The times I sit my 10-year-old and I say, that thing that you did, do you think it is right? And then he looks at me. No, answer me now. I'm just talking to you. See, there's no fight here. We're not quarreling. But this particular thing that you have done, what do you think about it? And he goes, Mommy, I'm sorry. No. It's not about being sorry. I know you are sorry, and I appreciate the fact that you are sorry. But what do you think about what you have done? And then he goes, it is not good. I said, okay, you have told me it is not good. Why do you think it is not good? Why is it not good? And he explains. And I now say, so when you know this, why did you do it? Then he goes, I am sorry. Okay, you are sorry. Are you saying that you will not do this again? Are you saying you understand that this is what you have done? Are you saying, and we have an agreement? So ask them what happened, what they think about their behavior, and how they might make up for it. Listen why they suggest possible reasonable consequences for their actions. You can add some of your own. Then you can discuss the pros and cons of each option before deciding which one you think makes the most sense. Be sure to have this conversation at a time when you are both calm, not when you are so angry and you're shouting, you're raising the tops. No, when you are both calm and have had a chance to think things through. You have had the chance, he has had the chance. You don't need to go with your teen's suggestion. No, you don't need to. Particularly if it lets them off the hook, because if you say suggest what should be done to you, it will suggest something that is not. If it lets them off the hook, you don't need to go with it. However, you might find that talking through possible disciplinary actions get them more engaged in making amends and doing better in the future. This approach also turns a misstep into a learning opportunity you can both feel good about. You see, a mistake, a misstep, an error could be turned into a learning opportunity, and then he feels good about it. You as a parent also feel good about it. Please go ahead with us as we listen to this music.
Girl, I just want me with rap. Girl, I just want me with vibe. Girl, I just want me with you like ice water. Me, mama, bashing body. Be spending my paper. After tonight, I go live to the see you later. Pass on a vendetta. Against me, cause of you, I got many haters. I'm a girl, fine for your guy. Baby, wait till you define for your life. My love very broke, nigga, fight for your life. Roll with me, make I blow your ass out like Marilyn Monroe, you to set. Every man wants to open bonnet. Don't forgive, but they want to collect. Better guys, that's like a cassette. Mama let, don't you forget. Me I be cocky, but now I depression. I don't default, baby Etiquette. Bakasi causing domino effect. You don't need to introduce to yourself. Like a Jackson thriller, you are bed. If I say you for that, I feel tell. The way your body take you, the bend. Girl, I just want me with rap. Girl, I just want me with vibe. Girl, I just want me with you like ice water. Me, mama, bashing body. Be spending my paper. After tonight, I go live to the see you later. Pass on a vendetta. Against me, cause of you, I got many haters. Yeah, grab something, oh something. Like it's your birthday, go shout it. My worry, nobody fit to take your place, baby, shake something. Them no feel yeah, better for mosquito. Beef them for me, pass it one kilo. Got my eyes on the price of my baby, you. On the take your papa, not the pillow. Mama let, don't you forget. Me I be cocky, but now I depression. I don't default, baby Etiquette. Bakasi causing domino effect. You don't need to introduce to yourself. Like a Jackson thriller, you are bed. If I say you for that, I feel tell. The way your body take you, the bend. Girl, I just want me with rap. Girl, I just want me with vibe. Girl, I just want me with you like ice water. Me, mama, bashing body. Be spending my paper. After tonight, I go live to the see you later. Pass on a vendetta. Against me, cause of you, I got many haters. Girl, I just want me with rap. Mama, bashing body. Girl, I just want me with vibe. Mama, bashing body. You know me that.
Transmitting live from the GSM studio at the Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism at the Secretariat at Agodi, Ibadan. Our Facebook handle is at Alore Radio, and our YouTube handle is also at Alore Radio. Website is www.aloreradio.com. The studio number is 0903 985 3731. 0903 985 3731. While the WhatsApp number is 002 323 1472. 002 323 1472. We're treating the topic of ethics and etiquette again on a Tuesday like this. We treat this topic between 11 and 12 every Tuesday. And today we're looking at teenage etiquette. And we started from the angle of children hearing and the disciplinary measures for them, because ethics and etiquette it's actually about all these things, manners and respect for others. We have treated today the consequences that a teenage could have when he has made a mistake. We have also looked at how parents relate with their children. We have said respect is reciprocal. Do not say because he is my child. No, you have to respect that child. If you respect that child, you're teaching that child to respect others and to also respect you. If you respect that child, you're teaching that child that he also has the obligation of respecting people younger than him and older than him. We're saying that do not enforce things. Sit and negotiate. Sit and brainstorm. Sit and talk about things. And we're also saying that you discipline a child. You let them have consequences for anything they have done wrong. Do not let them get away with it. If they get away with a bad habit, something that is they say, maybe at times they say it is the norm, but it is not right. They believe it is a way of life and they go ahead with this. Thank you for staying with us today. We'll expect you here next week at 11 o'clock. We'll continue with teenage etiquette. Thank you so much. Do have a lovely, lovely day.
The grass is greener on the other side. That's what I thought before I took the ride. I burned my bridges so I'd never look back. But if I had known the life I was searching for was looking me right in the eye, oh, if I had known.
Bring you everything from breaking news,